Okay, this is a Russian film that's called Kino Lorber. I probably butchered that because I do not know Russian. It translates to Hard to Be a God. This is 3 hours of a black and white film. That is in Russian. With subtitles. With subtitles. I've watched films before with no subtitles that are like 3 hours long and it's difficult. Premise is really interesting. You have scientists who have traveled to another planet. Still humans on this planet. But it's more like the Middle Ages, Dark Ages, pre-Renaissance era. They go there to study humans. With the express consent, they're not there to make any adjustments, to make any changes, to do anything that could disrupt the way that planet is progressing. What they find out is there's a group called the Greys. The Greys are pretty much killing anybody who is an intellectual. It's like, oh, you play an instrument? Oh, what were you? What, you writing? Oh, you're a traveler? Any sort of intellectual pursuit, they're pretty much beaten and killed. Now, this film paints this era as brutal and as savagely as you can possibly imagine. And this is one of those films where your normal film, it would show you like a few seconds. You go, no, this is going to show you, like, if this moment were to take 2 minutes, it's going to show you the 2 minutes of it. It's going to have you look at it and be like, look, this is uncomfortable. Are you looking at it? Look. On the camera. I'm not moving away from this. This is going to be kind of bizarre, uncomfortable, and brutal for this sort of film. This isn't like, Melancholy or Ungle or anything like that, or Salo. It's not that sort of level of brutal, but it's just everything is deliberate. It is shot in a deliberate way that gives it this really strong, impactful moment to it. The problem is that this film, while shot beautifully, this film is truly epic in scope. With every shot being as deliberate and as long placed as possible. This film is a marathon to try to watch. So what happens? Well, as you find that you have the one group who's pretty much destroying anything from an intellectual standpoint, it means society actually begin to regress. Well, that's what you do. You take some of the higher political people and you go someplace else. Then later you return back to realize there's a new group in power. The blacks. Use just names of the groups, these have nothing to do with skin colors. And they are a religious version that is every bit as oppressive. So you had people who are against intellectualism just in general, who are oppressive. They get overtaken by religious zealots who are also oppressive. But some of them were oppressed by the Greys, so during their overthrow they decided to oppress everyone else. That it's a unique take on the human culture of, if somebody keeps you down for so long, you rise to power. Do you show them mercy? Or do you treat them the same way you were treated? More often than not, the human condition is to treat somebody just as bad as they treated you. And that is what this film kind of builds itself on. It's this almost like vicious circle of, we're being beaten down. Oh, we're in power. We're going to beat you down. Okay, you're going to uprise against us? Okay, fine. So it's this weird vicious cycle, ironically, that's just of oppression. So I'm thinking about that. This is 3 hours of watching brutal oppression. And then another group take over. Brutal oppression. I'm aware that this film, of course, being done in an entirely foreign language, with foreign sensibilities, there's probably certain bits and pieces that I'm not really picking up on that might have a lot more of a regional contextual bit to them. Same thing when I watch foreign horror films. I can get a lot of it, but I know there's little pieces here and there that just don't resonate with me because I'm an American. I can say, this film is beautifully done film. But it is a marathon of a watch. This is something you put in for a little bit, leave and come back. This is one of the things where if you put in, watch a half an hour, leave and come back, a day later you might go, crap, who is that guy? What is he doing? What's his motivation? Why is he doing that? So this is very much a sit down, go to the bathroom beforehand, or put on an adult diaper, or a kid diaper if you're for smaller, and just watch it. It is a great experience, but it is a long experience.